All right, from the Western Cape, back to Gauteng we come, where the online admission applications for grades 1 and 8 learners for next year will close at midnight tonight. The Gauteng Education Department is, however, concerned that over 62,000 of the more than 298,000 applicants have not submitted the required supporting documents to schools. Parents will not receive any offers of placements from schools if they have not submitted those documents. The online admission application opened on May the 20th this year. Applications can be made on the department's website or by visiting the nearest school, nearest district or head office for some further assistance. For more on this now, I'm joined in our studios in Johannesburg by the Gauteng Education MEC, Panyaza Lesufi. Good afternoon to you. Good to have you here with us.
Good afternoon, Are you well?
Thank you so much. I am okay.
I'll be fine one day, Don.
Yeah, but you should be happy as it is now.
Excited
because the department recorded the highest number of applications for admissions ever since we started with this online applications.
We are thrilled. Actually, we are excited that we have reached almost 300,000 number of parents that have applied. There's still remaining 5 hours for parents to just do the registration for the very, very last time. We've opened the system for almost 4 months. We didn't have any major glitches, so we are quite excited that the system is working very well. So we're urging those parents that have not applied, please do so before midnight so that we can be in a position to place your child in a school of your choice.
And previously, MEC, some were a bit reluctant really to use the system. Some were opposed to the system, but it looks like parents have gradually adopted to using the system. To be
quite frank, there's general acceptance. I think everyone accepts that that's the easiest way to do this because if you have to wait at long queues, wake up early hours of the morning, drop documents at schools, and you are not assisted, you are told this school is full, the other one is full. So the online registration have really brought relief to parents, and we are thrilled that parents can just fill up to 5 schools, and they wait for us from the 30th of October until the 30th of August until the 31st of October, where we'll be sending those happy SMSs to say your child has been placed at this particular school. So those important dates are very important. So when we close today, we are dealing with purification of the system just to clear the system to ensure that there are no mistakes. And 30th of August, we then send the SMSs to parents to say your child has been placed. So by the 31st of October, if you have not received that SMS, must know you have to approach us because there are problems.
But let's talk about the challenges really encountered along the way with this particular system. We know that when it first launched, there were glitches, as you said, the system being offline at times. Talk to us about the challenges and perhaps the lessons learned.
Well, we strengthened the system because we felt that we thought people would apply on different dates, but your first 2 days are the heaviest dates. So we increased the system to take a capacity of almost 60,000 people per minute, which is a huge capacity. I mean, even if you try to get a concert ticket, you don't have that kind of a system. So our system managed to carry almost over 200,000 on day one alone. Between now and our other related days, we got 80,000. So it's a clear indication that if you don't apply within the first few days, you'll miss the opportunity to get your child to the best school that you can get in Gauteng. But the system also allows us to know where the challenges of education are. You know, the schools that are getting the highest numbers is a clear indication parents are happy. The schools that are getting average is a clear indication we need to improve. But there are some schools, Palace, will be shocked. Since the opening of the system, they only received 7 applications. So it's an indication there. We've got challenges and we have to sort it out.
And part of what AfriForum has been saying is that you seem to be very concerned with targeting your well-functioning schools instead of focusing your attention on the dysfunctional schools.
Schools belongs to all of us. All our schools belongs to all our children. There is no school that belongs to the poor or the rich. But besides, whose child must go to a dysfunctional school? So parents must be given a choice, and that is why we have amended the law to allow parents to apply to a school that they feel that they want to take their children to. Because if we don't do that, we are not opening the opportunities that we said will open for our people. So where we stand, we really believe that parents have been given a broader choice now. They are not restricted to a 5-kilometer radius, because the 5-kilometer radius was perpetuating the current system or the status quo, because it was just saying you can only apply to this limited number of schools. But the 30-kilometer radius you have opened it up for everyone to say, if I want quality education, I want my child to go to the school, I can do so easily. And that is why those that are opposed to transformation felt that we're not meeting their demands. But all schools belongs to all our children, and all our children deserve to play together, because you can't be excited when children are playing together during birthday parties. But if they have to go to school together, you want to create problems. I don't think it's fair.
But what challenges did you perhaps come across as the department in terms of single medium schools, where you find that the school only offers Afrikaans and it's within a radius of a child who's supposed to be taught in English?
No, we're not opposed to Afrikaans or opposed to mother tongue education. What we are saying that if the school is fully utilized, they can go ahead and be taught. But if the school is not fully utilized, you can bring another language so that we can utilize the facilities of government. But what is very important is that even the use of a single language, we really believe does not mean the entire school must be a single language. You can have Block A, learners learning in Afrikaans, Block B, learners learning in English, Block C, learner learning in Sizulu. And during break and sporting activities, they can play together, because if you can't get non-racialism right within the school sector, you're not going to get it right within the country. So non-racialism starts in the classroom, and we need to promote that. That's the best choice we've taken as a country, and we must not cherry pick. Where it suits me, I want non-racialism because Bafana or the rugby team is winning. But when it matters most inside the classroom, you don't want non-racialism. It doesn't work that way.
Now, MEC, apart from this online registration and the challenges that we've spoken about, one issue that's been quite a concern for the province of Gauteng and other provinces as well, the issue of violence in school. Violence on learners by learners against their fellow learners really is a huge problem. I know a summit was recently held in the province where you were looking into finding solutions to this. Talk to us about that, and are you starting to see some positive results?
No, I've seen results, I must be honest. And I want to thank the new Commissioner of Police in Gauteng. He has really taken this challenge with both arms. You will recall 2 weeks ago we had students shooting each other in one of our schools outside here in Lenasia, and they were arrested within 3 hours, purely because we've now put systems in all our schools to identify culprits, but most importantly for the police to respond quickly, so that police will now monitor schools on the basis of the police stations that they have around that particular school. And I want to thank them. I know tomorrow the national minister is delivering in the NCOP a proposal on how to deal with school violence as well. We're looking forward to that thing. But where we are now, we're quite excited that the police have come on board, because we're on our own. Remember, we are an education system. We're not a law enforcement agency. So we'll rely on law enforcement agencies to assist us. And for them to come to the party is an exciting moment for us.
Yeah, and you also have some people saying that this is a societal problem that needs that societal approach. How are you bringing the society into this and into solving this matter as well?
That is why we want the churches. We also want sporting organization to keep our children busy, because if you don't do that, their mind will idle, and when the mind is idling, you know, it's a devil's workshop. So we don't want that. So we want everyone within any community to know that these children belongs to us. Me and you, as Palisa, we came to Gauteng looking for gold. That gold is gone. The future gold is our children. They are the one that will create jobs. They are the one that will be innovative. So let's protect them and give all the guidance that they need.
And we know, of course, your department includes youth development. I want us to talk a bit about the programs that you may have for developing young people.
We're excited. I've just come back from Germany. We've got partnership with BMW there. They've adopted 4 of our schools. And they're giving us the new technology that they're using to build cars. We are thrilled. They've donated 3 brand new X3 vehicles. So our children in those schools in Soshanguve, they can take the engine of a BMW X3 and bring it back without any fault. So it's an exciting moment for us. We are also trying to get the construction market. We really believe construction is a big market. We are trying to get the construction market to tell us what kind of skills that they need, so that we can open a school that is focusing on a construction market, so that our children can be employed. We also providing bursaries for those that wants to go to universities and other institutions. So the youth component now is a component that will move, because we can't be excited with this high number of young people that are unemployed. So in Gauteng, we are putting the necessary skills that will assist us. We've just published our what we call our skills strategy, so that in the next 30 years we must know the kind of skills that will be needed in Gauteng, so that our schools must teach learners on something that will create jobs for them rather than to join the long queue of unemployed youth.
And as you were saying a few weeks ago, that it is the responsibility of the parents as well to make sure that they guard towards the resources that the department provides for their children as well.
It will look.
Well, let me see. We'll leave it at this. Thank you so much for taking the time to come speak to us here on the SABC News channel.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you have it. MEC for Education and Youth Development in Gauteng, Panyaza Lesufi, talking to us about the deadline. So if you have not submitted all the relevant documents, please do so, because the deadline is at midnight tonight. If you haven't submitted your application as well for the grade 1s and grade 8s for next year, that's the year 2020, please do so. You have less than 5 hours to submit the applications.